Boy, I cannot believe it, but Dave Canales got a dub against the Bills. Now, it's only preseason, but hey, I didn't even expect him to play starter, so hey, in this video, I'm going to admit right up front, I'm taking the L. But without further ado, my name is Nick. This is Roll Coverage, home of the press conference breakdown, and we're going to break down a Dave Canales win. Let's go.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Nope. They roll coverage. Excellent. Just fired up for the guys. A great finish. Some great situational work. The 2 minute before the half. And just want to mention, first off, we had Pete Hansen, our linebackers coach, called the defense in the first half. Did a fantastic job. Was really clear, really calm in his communication, getting things out there. And then the second half, Jonathan Cooley, our pass game coordinator on the defensive side, called the game for the defense there. And I thought it was really fun to see him have to get into some of those. Did he make it or not? Down by the red zone, some situations. It brought up a lot of cool calls as we worked the whole field defensively. But both guys did a fantastic job. And then Brad Idzik called the second half last week and then called the second half this week again. And so, you know, he did a fantastic job keeping our guys in rhythm, was really connected to Jack Plummer, who had a fantastic day, putting him in his comfort zone and getting plays that he can operate with. So just was really excited about those guys having the opportunities and taking advantage of it and really allowing me to, in those situations when Brad calls it, to really be in tune with the officials, you know, the different calls and all that. That's really important and critical as we go forward.
You know, again, I already took the L in the intro, but hey, he got a win. Didn't expect it. Didn't expect him to play the starters. I literally put out a video where I thought he was bluffing. Kept putting out this like, hey, I really want him to get this pre-game ritual and everything like that. So that's really what I saw. But hey, I appreciate the first drive. Bryce did look pretty poised in the pocket. I was very happy about that. Obviously, we weren't playing against the Bills one, so there's a little bit of a caveat to that. But at the same time, the offense at least looked cohesive. And that's something that we didn't really see at the beginning of last year. But given the turmoil of what we found out from behind the scenes, it makes sense about what happened last year. So this year, everything is aligned, at least offensively. Defensively seems like it's aligned as well. It is good that he pointed out that other people were calling the defense in the first and second half, because a lot of people, including myself, were worried. Because I was like, man, if this is Evero calling this, we are in trouble. But obviously the big dog wasn't in the chair. Neither was this big dog. So I'm just super excited. I'm glad we got the dub. It really helped the fan base. Hopefully helped Bryce a little bit. Again, I'm expecting him to get north of 25 touchdowns this year. We saw his first one. Hopefully there's a lot more in store for us right here on Roll Coverage, home of the press conference breakdown.
Yeah.
What did you see out of him, and how, maybe not validating, but how reassuring was it to see how that first drive?
Oh, it was great, right? Couldn't have dreamt it better. You know, a nice long drive, 12 plays to get the guys some good work, get them tired in the drive, you know, a fourth down conversion in there, but saw him extend plays with his legs, keeping his eyes down the field, finding guys, and you can see the carryover from practice to the game of people creating space, the play after the play. Those are the things that are so critical for us. He handled the run game with, you know, just with great expertise and got us to the right runs in those situations. So I felt great about it. You know, would love to have had, you know, Damian Lewis, would love to have had Austin Corbett. Congratulations, the Corbetts. Cooper John Corbett, 10 pounds, 4 ounces, beautiful baby boy. So really excited for them. D-Lou had a family matter. And so anyway, we asked Andrew Rame to get in there, and he did a great job getting the snaps, making sure that our rhythm was where it needed to be. Bryce looked sharp. Deontay, Adam looked great. Let's see. Mingo had a couple of plays in there, so I don't want to go through the whole list. But anyway, the first group, I loved seeing them out there.
Hey, and so did the fan base. And again, like he said, super big congratulations to the Corbett family. Beautiful, beautiful baby. You know, to everything that's going on with Damien. Hopefully everything's okay. And hopefully this line, week 1 against the Saints, is able to roll out there and tell the Saints that they can go marching into that welfare check, because they ain't getting the dub this week. So this is what I'm hoping to see week 1. Dave, please, 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 just keep the guys healthy between now and then. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
consideration. When you found out that Corbs and Damian were going to be here today, did you reconsider and think about not playing them?
Absolutely. And what helped me have the confidence to do it is Chandler Zavala has done a fantastic job in this camp. And Andrew Rame just keeps growing and learning. And, you know, we felt like because of the chemistry of the snaps, sometimes you don't want to be under center with the new center. So we just kind of featured the pistol and the gun things, which gives him a clean snap point. But he did a fine job there. So we were able to, you know, for me, you know, Darren talking specifically to that, you know, wanted to see our skill players out there. We had Chuba and Miles and Deontay and Adam. So that was a good group to be able to get a good look at, you know, what our systems are.
I would agree. And again, I am completely in the camp of why would you going to play Bryce if we were going to sit the entire line anyways, or at least some of the biggest pieces of the line. I thought it was odd. I mean, if you didn't want to risk him in game 2 for one drive, why risk him in game 3? But hey, it did look like it gave him a little bit of juice, so I'm super happy about that. Again, I was the one that predicted that he wouldn't play anybody. So, hey, I got to take it on the chin. But at the same time, man, you got to keep shooting out there, man. You got to keep shooting.
What did you see on the fourth? As nice as the touchdown was, the fourth, maybe extend that drive. You may have held it for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Just what you showed in that.
Yeah, poise, eyes down the field. You know, that aggressive nature, but being able to do it within the confines of what's the smartest thing to do in this situation. So he kept it alive, found us a completion, and then we ended up coming away with a touchdown a little bit later. Yeah. Yes. Dane has looked fantastic. He's tough. He challenges the ball in the air. All the stuff that we saw in free agency, you know, just the style of play, the aggressive nature that he plays with. You know, he's not one of those guys that's gonna sit back. You know, he's gonna challenge stuff, and so he's been that. And we can't wait to get Dane back out there. You know, as our group gets stronger.
Hey, I'm gonna challenge somebody right now. At Panthers, your AV staff, we should be able to hear these questions nice and clear. I think Jackson is a great, you know, addition to the secondary. Secondary is a big pain point for me. Again, it still remains offensive line, pass rush, and secondary in that order. He obviously adds something to it. There's some opportunity, I think, with the waiver wire coming down. We might be able to grab some other guys. Again, the 27th is the cut day down to the 53. So there should be some opportunities for us to possibly go grab somebody. I would expect Dave and Dan to be very, you know, excited at that moment and really getting those waiver wire pickups in order. So just prepare for this roster to possibly add something in the next week or two as well.
Dave, Eddie didn't kick in the second half.
Yeah.
Now this is a hamstring. How is he?
He's fine. So we had a situation right there at the end where we ended up getting a sack on 3rd down. So it really put us in like a short punt, really long field goal situation. And so, you know, just some soreness. We wanted to be smart with that. But had we gotten a positive play, we were fully intended to kick that ball right there. So that was just kind of more of a just err on the side of caution with that.
Hey, and to be honest, you know, we watched this to see what Dave is doing. Dave is answering the questions. This is his first dub, so I really have nothing to compare it on. You know, we've obviously had 2 losses previously, so we can kind of see how he handled those. This one, he's just kind of being Dave. He's being honest. He's being open. He's just talking to us, you know, being a good head coach, being a good purveyor of information, and to be honest, just a good supporter and a good figurehead of the team. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, when they're looking at the Carolina Panthers, they look at him just as much as they're going to look at Bryce Young. So he's building his resume right along Bryce's, and I'm hoping that that continues to grow. I'm just hoping David Tepper can keep his hands out of the pie. That's all I'm asking for.
The decision to rest Andy.
Yeah.
I thought there was anticipation he might be.
Yeah, he felt ready. It was really me. It was really, I just saw putting Andy in a competitive situation after we've gotten him completely healthy. He's been out there. He had a great week of practice, and I thought, if I put him in a competitive situation, he's going to go win. He's going to take off, and I just really thought this is a great opportunity to give Jack Plummer another chance to be evaluated, and he took full advantage of that, which was awesome.
I still don't believe in Jack Plummer, and that's all I'm going to say.
A couple word design movements, a couple of them weren't. They were just kind of normal rhythm stuff. They covered us well. He extended the play. So a little bit of both.
What is a win and seeing what your first teamers kind of did, just giving a glimpse of it, what does that do to carry over into week one now?
I mean, certainly there's confidence that comes with winning. My goal today was to just get them some live reps, was to get them tired, to get them out there playing enough to where they can kind of just feel their conditioning coming into effect, because there's confidence that comes with that. So that was the goal. The goal was to kind of get the feel and the mix of the calls. Here's the rhythm of how I call things for Bryce, so he can start to anticipate what I might be going to in those different modes. And then for the defense as well, just to play with each other. There's a bunch of guys who haven't played together in live games, so just to get them out there, communicate, work with each other, team tackle, use their leverage and all that together.
Oh, it's like he used all the buzzwords all at once, but at the same time, it does hold some weight. I understand that. There's so much that comes down to it, like he said, the cadence and everything, how the calls are coming through the headset, when the headset kicks off. Like, guys got to get used to that. And obviously, this is one of the only times they're going to do it. Really, the last opportunity for the starters, given that we punted on playing them in weeks 1 and 2. Now, obviously, given the offensive line struggles and my personal issues with the offensive line, I was okay with them not playing at all. But obviously, this hopefully turns into something positive for this team moving forward. Hopefully, it's some sort of momentum for Bryce, just to be able to go out there and say, hey, I've already done it once. Let me go out there and do it again. And then, really put together a good body of work. And hopefully we see them, because we know Bryce is good from a clean pocket, but what he hasn't gotten so far is a clean pocket. Talking about last year, of course. He hasn't played in an official game this year yet, but the minute he does, you're going to get a breakdown right here on Roll Coverage.
Coach, on the whole, after 3 preseason games, what do you know about this team now that you know a month ago?
I would say the finish. It's something that I harp on, but can they do it? And I've seen our guys play 60 minutes of good, aggressive football. No quit in this group. It's something that I hope that we continue to build on. So saw that. Saw some aggressive play. I think just in general, too, guys really just taking to coaching week to week. There were things we emphasized, they improved it. And I've said this a lot about this group, but the challenges that we've given them from a coaching staff, they've taken those challenges to heart. It matters to them. I see a group that really cares, a group that really enjoys each other. So something to definitely build off of.
Absolutely. And the one thing to remember, were actually 2 things. One, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do, because I just put out a video where I explained this next part, which is Dave Canales loves 12 personnel and mid-zone runs. So we're going to be running a lot behind the guards, which is why we went out and got 2 top-tier guards, or at least paid top-tier guards. And moving forwards, that's going to be what we want. So a guy like Jonathan Brooks coming in week 4, hopefully completely healthy with fresh legs, is going to hopefully explode down the, into the season. Whereas Chuba and Miles are going to be starting the season, and I expect one of them to probably be traded before the trade deadline. Because what's the point if Jonathan Brooks is healthy and Chuba's healthy? Miles has got to go, or vice versa. So something's got to happen. Chuba or Miles will not be on this team next year. So pick one.
Yeah, it was a feel thing, right? So like if you go in and get 3 plays and kind of get out, you still take advantage of. I could feel the difference in the locker room of guys getting ready to play, and that's the purpose of doing it. The bonus is when you have extended drives so that you can really tap into their fitness levels and be able to focus and get the calls that way. Yeah. Yeah. Nope, he's good. Had 1 shot, he dropped it, and then after that, ball kind of just went other places. He looked fast. He looked great. He looked big and fast. That's what we're counting on. And he played hard, and that's what we ask for with our guys, and the ball will find you eventually.
Exactly, and Xavier really has a lot to prove, if I'm going to be honest. We traded into the first round to get that 5th year of eligibility, or control, essentially. So this year he maybe doesn't need to show as much, but he at least needs to show the flashes. He doesn't need to put 700, 800, 900 yards up. He needs to at least be productive, though, and we're going to know pretty quickly where he fits in the NFL. We of course saw a crazy catch by Deebo Samuel over the weekend. A lot of people are saying that's going to be the future Xavier. If that's the case, I'm super excited, and I hope you are too.
Thank you.
Hey, no, Dave, thank you as always. You put out great press conferences, and this one was, of course, your first W press conference. So before I do anything, thank you, Dave, for that. I haven't seen a whole lot of wins as a Carolina Panthers fan as of late, and you brought me one, so I'm super happy about that. This press conference, obviously, is just kind of putting the icing on the cake as we get ready for that 53-man cut down. Dan and Dave have so many options when it comes to wide receiver, corner, and hey, there even was a possibility of a guy wanting to be traded from somewhere else. He's not even little. He's huge. Why am I saying little? He's a linebacker. So, hey, there's going to be so many choices. Hopefully this roster improves, and hopefully you like what you saw, and hopefully you guys are ready for the next one, because the Dave Canales breakdown season has started, and I ain't stopping anytime soon. My name is Nick. This is Real Coverage, home of the press conference breakdown. Hopefully you are ready for more, because they are coming to you soon. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.